Bonjour, this is Français 2, video 1B. We'll be looking at the vocabulary for chapitre 1. Tournez à la page 2, vocabulaire. We went over this vocabulary in class, but I'm going to read it for you again out of the book. My camera is not sophisticated enough to show you a good picture, so I'm just going to have you look at the book while I talk about it. À la page 2, we're just going to go over the pronunciations of the animals again. Les animaux, and I'm leaving a space for you to repeat after me, obviously. Un loup, that's the wolf. Un renard, un corbeau, un perroquet, un perroquet. The next line, un pingouin, un agneau, Notice how your the N of the is not normally pronounced, but since agneau starts with a vowel, we're getting liaison with the N. Un agneau. That's a lamb. Une brebis, which is a female sheep. Next line, une panthère, un zèbre, un rhinocéros, and our last word, un cerf. Remember, the F is silent. It goes against our careful rule. It's an exception. Un cerf. It's a deer. Tournez à la page 3. I'll go through the animals that we already know for you to pronounce. Une baleine, a whale. Une grenouille, a frog. We all remember that as one of Daniel's favorite words. We miss him this year. Un singe, a monkey. Une araignée, a spider. Un lapin, a rabbit. Une souris, a mouse. Un éléphant, again we have liaison with the un éléphant. Un gorille, if you remember from last year, ILLE is most often pronounced like a y sound, so gorille. Un lion, un tigre, un cheval, horse. Un dindon, which is turkey. Un canard, duck. Une poule, a chicken. Une vache, cow. Un ours, this is another exception. S's are not normally pronounced. In this word, which means bear, like a teddy bear, a bear, the S is pronounced. Un ours. Do that one again. Un ours. Une tortue, which is a tortoise. Une abeille, there's another ILLE like a y sound. Une abeille, a bee. Un hibou, that's an owl, and notice that there is not a liaison. This is one of those special aspiré words which mean that you never make liaison with certain of these words that start with H, this being one of them. So we have un hibou, un chameau, camel, un crocodile, une girafe, un hippopotame. This is not an H aspiré. Un hippopotame. Un serpent, which is a snake. Un cochon, pig. Un chat, cat. Une chèvre, a goat. Un mouton, which is a male sheep. Un chien, a dog. All right, go through those as many times as you need to be comfortable. I know it's sort of boring just saying those over and over and again, but it's so important that you hear them and repeat them often so that you get very familiar with the sounds of French and also just more fluent. So in class we talked quite a bit about making nouns plural. We talked about the different determiners. I showed you that chart in the back of your book. Make good use of that and go over those forms so that you know those pretty comfortably, because they are going to assume that you understand how to use those forms in the rest of this textbook. So I'm going to have you flip over to page, read through of course these pages, but flip over to page 5 when you're ready. If you haven't read the pages 2 through 5, then read them first, of course. Pause this and read that. But I'm going to move on to the exercice. Exercice D, that's letter D, exercice D. I'll record the exercise for you here, and then that will be it for today. Exercice D. Complétez les phrases suivantes à l'aide du pluriel des noms entre parenthèses. All the directions will be given in French. I'll help you with them if they're confusing, but I bet you can get most of these at this point. Modèle, j'aime, you've got your blank. Entre parenthèses, we have le singe. In between the parentheses, we have the word le singe. They want you to make that plural. We've got j'aime les singes. The S is on the end, but we're not going to hear the S for singe, les singes. So after we say them, I'm going to also write them on our whiteboard, and I thank my lovely assistant Anna Borton for her graphics here, but now I have to erase them so I can write Anna's or answers. So merci Anna. And we'll go to numéro 1. La grand-mère n'aime pas, and in parentheses, entre parenthèses, le loup. Now you are going to make that plural. Write that down. Say it out loud. And you should have la grand-mère n'aime pas les loups. We talked about this in class. The only difference between le loup and les loups is how you pronounce this. That's the only distinction between singular and plural. So your pronunciation is very important. Once again, we have la grand-mère n'aime pas les loups. Numéro 2. Nous achetons, and you have in parenthèse, votre cheval. We're not using le, la, les anymore. We're using your, votre, but we need to make it plural. Flip back to your chart if you need to. And what will you have? Nous achetons. That's VOS. And what is the plural for cheval? Well, it's irregular. I'm going to try to write neatly. I hope you can read that okay. Vos chevaux, your horses. Remember, ALs turn to AUX in the plural. So we have nous achetons vos chevaux, We buy your horses. Vos chevaux. Numéro 3. Blank vivent dans la forêt. Entre parenthèses, you have l'ours, bear, so we want plural. Maybe I'll print. Les ours vivent dans la forêt. Vivre is your verb here, to live. Les ours vivent dans la forêt. Numéro 4. Tu donnes à manger à, entre parenthèses, ton chien. Here again we have possessive adjectives, not le, la, les, we have ton. So check with your chart if you don't remember the plural. Tu donnes à manger à, plural, tes chiens. If you remember back to that chapter we had about feeding your pets, donner à manger à is to feed a pet. You're literally giving food to. So when tu donnes à manger à tes chiens, you feed your dogs. Numéro 5. Blank sont rusés. This is an adjective from the next section. We went over those a little bit. Rusé means clever. Entre parenthèses, ce renard. Here you have your demonstrative adjectives, so you need to find the right form for that one. And you should have c'est renard. Sont rusés. Remember what c'est is? These foxes or those foxes are clever. Okay, so ces renards sont rusés. Numéro 6. Blank chante faux. And entre parenthèses, le corbeau. Le corbeau. So your plural. Les corbeaux chantent faux. Les corbeaux chantent faux. And the last one, numéro 7, blank aime beaucoup le fromage. And entre parenthèses, la souris, the mouse. So plural. Souris already ends in S. All you have to do is indicate the plural here. Les souris. Les souris aiment beaucoup le fromage. They really like cheese. Mice really like cheese. I can't remember if I said about corbeau, the AU has the X for the plural. So remember that, not an S, but an X for the plural on numéro 6. Okay, that ends the exercise and that ends our video segment. Au revoir!